Do you dream about changing the world? Do you dream about making it big? How far will your dreams take you? Let's talk about the Silicon Dreams. This is me, RJ Shara. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the Silicon Dreams on Radio Zindagi 1170 AM. I am RJ Shara, and with me I have Anna Fedorova, who is the Chief Partnership Officer at Startup Network. We will learn more about Anna and Startup Network in this segment of the Silicon Dreams. Anna, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Sonia. I am really glad to be here. And I guess you would like to know what Startup Network is, right?
Yes, if you could help our listeners understand more about the Startup Network and then also talk about your role with it, that would be great.
Okay, thank you. Startup Network is an ecosystem that consists of web-based platforms and services that solve almost any task in the field of innovation and startup and VC industry. We help startups to grow into businesses. Investors find startups and fund them. Professionals can become really global with us, and corporations can seek and implement innovations from the best startup there is in the world. We consist, as I said, of various web-based platforms. The heart of our system is Startup Network itself. It's a marketplace for the startups, for the real business, for people who just have an idea. They can post their startups, their solutions. And on one hand, there are investors who can find the best deals, who can find business opportunities, and they interact freely in between themselves. Then there is a unicorn battles where I am SEO. Unicorn battles is events that we have been doing for 11 years already, everywhere in the world. In this year, we had done them in 27 countries and became the largest global online pitch contest in 2020 by geography and the number of the events. We are doing them on permanent basis in Asia, in Europe, in United States, in Silicon Valley, where our headquarters are. And we had been doing that for 11 years already and had done more than 200 events. And our winners are really, really successful in interacting with the investors. Our VC community is now amounting more than to 500 members, and we have always top VCs at our expert board, and we have a really huge network of angels and private investors. Also, there is an online accelerator within our system that helps startups from all over the world to relocate to United States. We fund them, we grant them funds and services, and help them to apply to top American accelerators. Then another entity is our own VC fund, a Network VC, California Seed Fund, with two current strategies. First one is to invest in our pre-acceleration program, Silicon Finance. And second one is to be a lead investor in Silicon Valley Syndicate Fund. Silicon Valley Syndicate Fund is also another service that helps syndicates be easily organized. And now any private investor from around the world can invest together with us into the syndicates and be probably a happy owner of the unicorn. And also, we are welcoming partners to our system who can lead a chapter of a Silicon Valley Syndicate Club in their region. Also, we're welcoming partners to our unicorn battles who would like to do battles with us. There are a lot of cities and countries in the world where we haven't been to yet, and we would really ready come there. And also one of the last and one of the most recent entities that we had implemented is VC House, is where VCs interact, is an invitation-only community, especially for the VCs. They interact and bring a deal to a table where another VCs can invest. So if anyone would like to join us and be really global, because our goal is to be present in 100 countries by the end of this year. And next year, we will be doing a vertical unicorn battles, that is battles that will be dedicated to certain industries. And we welcoming partners. We will take only 4 partners together with us for that, because we would like to be concentrated on 4 industries, and we'll be doing them in 5 continents. So if any corporation would like to see innovations from the startups from all over the world just through the poll, please contact us and we will do this together, because we already announced that the finals for the second season of the Unicorn Cup will be at the end of November. So September, October, and November, everyone will be able to see all the best startups in the industry. So that's basically it.
Thank you, Anna. That was a lot. And of course, going through everything that you have shared and also just looking at the website for Startup Network, it feels like it is a place for everyone in the startup ecosystem to come together and connect, whether you are a new entrepreneur or you are an investor or you're someone who is providing a service to startups. It feels like Startup Network has a place to connect everyone in that ecosystem.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm glad that you mentioned that, because like for the people that have services, for the either startups or the VCs or the people who are, I don't know, interested in creating a startup, they can promote their services within our network. Absolutely. Yeah.
Got it. Anna, we will cover each association of the Startup Network as we progress through our segment. Starting with entrepreneurs, I would like to ask you whether the Startup Network is a place for just early stage or aspiring entrepreneurs, or is it a network that they could be part of as they go from early stage to seed into their series funding rounds?
Well, actually, there is an opportunity for everyone, because since, as I told you already, that our VC community is really great. We have more than 500 VCs in our community throughout the world, and like a lot of them are really famous. And VCs, they some of them invest in like in the seed, pre-seed stage. So we also have VCs who invest also when there is only idea. Some of the VCs prefer to invest to the like A stage and like price stages. So it really depends. So it's a place for everyone.
All right, thank you. So if a startup and the core team, the founders, etc., become part of the startup network, they have an opportunity to reap benefits of being part of that network throughout their startup journey. And in fact, if they graduate with a whole lot of money, they have an opportunity to come back in as an investor. It's a system that you can be part of for your life.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yes, you're absolutely true, because we have a lot of private investors who were entrepreneurs in the past, and they know really good how to build a good startup, and like they possess enough money to become investor, and they're really valuable because they can participate as an investor in our Silicon Valley Syndicate Club. They can, we have some past entrepreneurs who already have their own VC funds. And so we had been on the market for as I told you, for more than 11 years. So we had seen a lot of things happening since then.
Thanks, Anna. In terms of partnering with VCs, do you just partner with VCs or do you also partner with angels? Is there an entry criteria? I know you mentioned that VC House is an invite only entity, but your Silicon Valley Syndicate Club or Invest.VC, these other networks that Startup Network helps facilitate, are there any barriers to entry? And rather than putting them as barriers, just a criteria. Do you have to be an accredited investor, or do you have to have a certain net worth or a certain amount to invest before you could become a partner with Startup Network?
Absolutely. The first thing you have to do is to fill in a profile application like in the Startup Network, and you become a member of the Startup Network, and then you explore like whether like you have services, you can post there your services and promote them, like whether you have like a startup, you can apply to participate in our battles and be visible to all those investors that are already in our system, and that is almost like 200,000 of them all over the world. And you can participate in our battles and pitch live in front of those famous top VCs also all over the world. Or you can promote within our system like your startup, right? And then if you want to be investing in a syndicate together with us in the US-based startups that already have graduated from top accelerators, you have to be accredited investor, absolutely, and the check size starts from $10,000. That is for Silicon Valley Syndicate Club. As for being a member of the VC house, that you have to be an active VC, and you have to bring some deal to a table that you are already investing in. And you can ask other VCs to invest together with you or offer them a deal, whatever. Besides that, there are like no criteria. We accept people from all over the world, and they just have to pass like a certain moderation, like that exists, I am sure, in like all web-based platforms, but nothing special.
Okay, got it. So there are no hard lines to it. You evaluate
Pretty
the
easy
profile
forward.
and then according. All right, got it. Now, in terms of becoming a member of Startup Network, could you shed some more light on that? Is the membership free? Are there any membership tiers? And can anyone just go to your website, apply for membership, and get in? And as you said, start exploring.
Absolutely. It's absolutely free for everyone as battles also to participate, to pitch in front of the top international VCs is also absolutely free. You just have to apply on battle.startup.network and find your region. Like if you're from Dubai, you would be applying for the unicorn battle in Dubai. If you're from Brazil, you would be applying for the unicorn battle in Brazil, or like South America. Sometimes we do like certain like country battles. Sometimes we do continental battles. So it depends. It's also absolutely free, and you can participate like in all our events as a guest if you want. If you are not a startup like or a VC, because we like for our expert board for juries, we take only VCs. And if you're just curious and want to be part of this great event, you can participate as a guest, yes. You just need to undergo the registration, and that is it.
Thank you, Anna. Now, since we are talking about the battles, let's shed and focus a little more on the battles themselves.
Mm-hmm.
So the Unicorn Cup. The Unicorn Cup is the ultimate pinnacle that all the startups participating in the unicorn battles can get to. So, what is a unicorn battle? I know in the conversation you have spoken about startups being able to apply for unicorn battles, but folks, here's the thing, even though Anna focused on unicorn battles, just go to startup.network and you will see that there are opportunities not just related to pitch, but just to become part of this large network that Anna spoke of. And we'll talk about some numbers in a bit. But right now, as we close in towards the end of July, we have the finals of the unicorn battles that have been hosted online across the globe over the past couple of months. That would be resulting in the ultimate grand finale, which is the Unicorn Cup. So, Anna, would you like to tell our listeners something about the unicorn battles themselves, and how would the startups be, or how have the startups been selected to come and pitch at the Unicorn Cup from these battles that have occurred across the globe?
Okay, yeah, sure. I would love to. That's like I'm starting to share a screen again. As you see, the Unicorn Cup is the finals of the preliminary unicorn battles that we are hosting in all the countries all over the world. Like this season, will we have in Summer Cup. We were supposed to have it at the Computer History Museum in Mountain View, and we rented out like the whole second floor for that. And there was supposed to be subsidiary a special event for our private investors and also for our VCs LPGP event. But the situation is such that we had to move everything online, which is good because now everyone can attend it like from, you don't need to fly to United States, you don't need to pay anything for the logistics, you just have to plug in and join us in Zoom. So on the 3 days, 28th and 29th and 30th of July, at the end of this month, we will be having unicorn battles. The Unicorn Cup, as I told you, the finals of the unicorn battles will be like 3 days in a row for each time zone. 28th is Hong Kong time zone, 29th is London time zone, and 30th will be the New York time zone. The startups will be pitching 3 days in a row. The startups from Africa, from Asia, from South America, from North America, from Europe, from Middle East, everywhere. We had gone through 3,500 applications, but only the best ones were selected to pitch live in front of our expert board. And we had done battles in 27 countries in 50 major locations of the world. And that's like the end of the sharing. And the winners of the first place will be meeting at our like 3 days finals and teaching, and we will have the ultimate winner at the end of all this. How we were selecting, you were asking the ones who were pitching live. We have our own internal expertise, like that is choosing who will be pitching. Because like we have lots and lots of applications from different parts of the world for every battle, but like we cannot exceed more like than 2.5 hours maybe of the event. So we have to be really careful in who is pitching. So 10 startups like is the most we figured out. It is the best way to give an opportunity to all the VCs to see what a certain region or a certain country has to offer.
Thank you, Anna. Folks, just to reiterate, we have the battles being hosted on 3 days in 3 different time zones. So you can tune in to whatever time zone suits you. On 28th, it would be streamed from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Hong Kong time. On 29th, it's 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. London time. And on 30th, it's 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. New York time. Is that right?
Yep,
All
absolutely.
right. All right. So if you are in the Bay Area, you need to tune in at 6 a.m. your time. But it's going to be absolutely worth it because you have a lot of startups that would be pitching. How many startups have made it to this grand finale, Anna?
47
All
from
right.
all
So,
over the world.
folks, that's 47 startups from amongst 3,500 applicants. Now, you can imagine these are 47 of the best startups from across the globe.
Yeah, it's
It's
cream of the
definitely
crop. Absolutely. Yeah.
exactly cream of the crop, yes. And would there also be an opportunity for people who join as guests to ask questions or interact and network with anyone else?
Absolutely, yes. Besides live pitches, there'll be a simultaneous event expo of the startups. We are expecting almost 100 startups who will be exposing what do they have to. And this is like the same way you register at the startup network, and you can contact me at like via mail at af at startup.network, and I from all over the world. There will be when you fill in the application at Startup Network, you fill in like the basics of your startup. What's your solution and your idea? What problem are you solving? What's your traction? Like what audience are you addressing? You can attach your deck there also, and like every investor can during the finals can approach you, can get your contacts, and can you can share like special I don't know some thoughts, and you can chat in between. And during the finals, if you want to be a guest, yes, you just go to our site, the site of the Unicorn Cup, and you register, and you can attend it for free. Yeah, absolutely. And there will be a special chat, and you can chat with the VCs that will be there at an expert board. Like as a juries, you can chat with the startups that will be pitching. You can, I don't know, post your LinkedIn profile to expand your network, whatever people do. Like we are trying, like everybody right now is probably feeling the lack of networking, of like conversation, like interacting with people. So like we figured out it will be the best way to do it, because we used to do all our battles offline. Like we have teams all over the world, and we were like flying sometimes like to different locations. Sometimes we were doing that with the help of our partners that were hosting us like in different cities of the world. But when we appeared in this lockdown, as everybody, and it was like a ban on travel, and we had to move everything online, because we are accustomed to that, because as I told you, all our services were online. Only offline service was our battles. And so battles are also now online, and we see a great opportunity for everyone, because startups can interact with the investors that are located like in like thousands, and dozens of thousands miles away from where they are. The investors can peep into the regions like in under other circumstances it would be hard for them to understand. Like we had a couple interesting unicorn battles in Japan. It's totally a different world from the states that we're used to. We had a really great battle in the Balkans, and it's with the really surprising high quality of deep tech startups. So the world is full of surprises, and by doing our battles online, we keep traveling around the world with our events and discovering the treasures that are there, like in the startup community.
Indubitably, with COVID-19, socializing with our peers and with just other folks in the network has taken a hit. However, thanks to events like Unicorn Cup, you still have networking opportunities and you have this option to interact with people across the globe now and just be a part of the network. Anna, we spoke about the expo. Is the expo a paid event? You have to, is it just an application or is there also a fee associated with presenting at the expo?
Yes, of course. First of all, it's you have to fill in again the profile at the startup network. You have to undergo a certain moderation. We have to review your startup, and after you pass, like it's really easy and it's straightforward. There is no strings attached. And yes, to participate at Expo, it's either $75 for one day or $199 for all 3 days.
Got it. Thanks, Anna. So that really, in the current COVID time, is a good opportunity for startups to come out and talk to other startups and VCs across the globe, which, as you mentioned, if this was happening in person at Silicon Valley at the Computer History Museum, of course, you'd still have these opportunities, but the audience would have been narrower. But now with COVID, everything's moved online, and that also gives you the opportunity to reach out to other places in the world that you normally wouldn't have reached out if it was just at the Computer History Museum. Of course, you had people who would travel, but not everyone can afford to travel, and also those who can afford to travel are sometimes pressed on time and their schedules might not necessarily meet the demand. So this is a fantastic opportunity for people to participate. Folks, Anna just gave us her email ID. In case you didn't note it down, you can reach out to Anna if you have questions about the expo. That's af@startup.network. That's A as in Anna, F as in Fedorova at startup.network. So af@startup.network. Anna?
Absolutely. Yeah, if you allow me, I just realized I forgot to mention like really important part that we are really thankful to our sponsors who helped us to do these events, because since our events are free for startups, free for the guests, right? We need somebody who helps us to cover our costs. And that is our Network VC California Seed Fund, who's our platinum sponsor. And ICU Ventures, that is Kiev and London-based venture fund that's investing into the tech startups. And also our silver sponsor, Silicon Valley Syndicate Club. So we are thanking all of them for helping us to do these battles all over the world and helping all the folks to be aware of what is going on, and helping like startups to like show the world to startups and show the startups to the world.
Anna, what would the winners of the Unicorn Cup be taking back home with them?
Well, first of all, the cup itself, it's I don't have it with me, sorry, like it's in the other office, but there is a like big crystal statue with the unicorn, of course. And we not a brokerage company, so we are not like interfering in between like the startups and investors, so there is like no hidden strings attached and hidden costs like in participating in our battles. But of course, being an ecosystem that is we invest in the startups ourselves, we help them to move to United States or move their business to United States and enter top American accelerators. And we are have a great VC community that we interact with. So the winners, we of course we promote them. We help them to find the right investor just for them, like, but we are not doing this like professionally. So we are just we will be promoting them through our social networks. They will be widely exposed everywhere. And like as an illustration, we had pulled our statistics together, and the winners of the last 3 years of the unicorn battles have already raised $120 million. So we are like, our battles really help startups to become successful.
So the winners are not just getting an opportunity to pitch in front of thousands of other viewers, but they have this fabulous opportunity to get exposed to investors. And this is something that could help them. And as you mentioned, in the past 3 years, the winners have cumulatively after the battles, they have raised over $120 million in funding, which of course is a huge amount in itself. But for the particular event that we have on 28th, 29th, and 30th, I believe the jury, your grand jury, is also a respected panel of VCs, right?
Absolutely, yes. You can go to the site and look for yourself. There are many famous faces there, like many famous names. And besides interacting with the jury that will be present at the battles, we are all broadcasting all our events in 67 countries all over the world. And like by doing the preliminary battles, we already have the audience of more than 100,000 people all over the world. So like you, by participating in our battles, you have a great exposure.
Thanks, Anna. That is something that you'd pay thousands, if not millions of dollars to in advertising money to just get to just become known in that network, a network of 100,000 people who are invested in the startup ecosystem, right? That is a hard network to come by. Anna, for this particular event, the Unicorn Cup finals, or the Unicorn Cup is the final. For this particular event, how many VCs do you think would be participating, not just as members of the jury, but how many do you think would also be joining the online pitch contests?
Well, we have a confirmation from 150 VCs already, and we are expecting more to come.
Great. So right here, you have an opportunity to present in front of 150 VCs. That's
actively investing VCs, not just any VCs, but the VCs that are actively investing right now. Absolutely,
they are accredited investors, and they are actively investing in a lot of startups. And Anna mentioned that if you are a startup that's not in America, then this is a great opportunity for you to get into US, because Startup Network helps startups across the globe get into top American accelerators like Y Combinator, 500 Startups, Techstars, and others.
Yeah, we are actually the affiliate partner of the Techstars. And the special program that you mentioned, yes, it's called Silicon Finance. It's also our program, yes, and we grant startups that match our criteria with the money and services worth $50,000, and help them to become really successful. And we already have really great startups who joined our program and are already enjoying their life in the States, yes.
$50,000 is a huge amount. It's a very decent seed fund size. In fact, before seed funds got crazy, these were the kind of amounts that you would go and raise in various seed rounds in order to uh, get your MVP out of the door and become more visible. So that is definitely a huge amount, but it's not just about the money, because once you become part of the startup network, I'm guessing you also have access to other investors and other mentors and advisors who will help groom you and who will help you further refine your pitch, give you valuable advice, so that it's not just about fundraising, but actually building a sustainable company that you can then take out to the customers and put a dent, right, on the world
Of
map
course.
somewhere.
Absolutely. Yes. Not only surviving, but building a business for life. Yes. Absolutely.
That's right, building a business for life. Yes. Well, Anna, it was a pleasure talking to you. Before we wrap up our segment of the Silicon Dreams on Radio Zindagi 1170 AM, I would like to ask you if you have any message for our listeners.
Well, I would really encourage everyone to join us for our Unicorn Cup, because we really hope that the next season of the finals, the Unicorn Cup, will be offline in Mountain View. But now, right now, you have a chance to see everything from where you are without the necessity to move everywhere, and absolutely for free. You just need to go to our site, battle.startup.network, and register there and attend our event and see it for your own eyes. Yes, it should be fun. Absolutely. And I hope I'll see you there also, Sonia.
Yes, I absolutely plan to join
Okay.
the online event. And Anna, thank you so much for spending time with us today. Folks, once again, go and look for battle.startup.network. And as Anna reiterated a couple of times, it's absolutely free to attend, whether you are a startup or you just want to join as a guest. It's a great opportunity for you to attend this event online. And in the Bay Area, folks are lucky because the Silicon Battle finale, the Unicorn Battles finale, which is the Unicorn Cup, it generally happens at the Computer History Museum. So I would still encourage you to go online and look at this event, but once you get a taste for it, you have an opportunity to attend the event in person at the Computer History Museum. So make sure you go to startup.battle.network, register yourself, and get a free pass to this exciting event. Unicorn Battle, it's going to present 47 startups that have been shortlisted from over 3,500 applicants. So go ahead, mark your calendars for 28th, 29th, and 30th. Again, on 28th, it's going to be online from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Hong Kong time. On 29th, it would be live from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. London time, and then 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. New York time on the 30th. You can choose to attend the event on all 3 days. It's going to be the same set of startups that would be presenting, or you could attend one of these days. So go ahead, look for startup.battle.network. And if you are interested in becoming one of the 100 startups that would get an opportunity to present at the expo, if you are interested in that, then go ahead and send an email to Anna. It's af@startup.network. Anna, thank you for your time. It was a pleasure hosting you. And thank you for working diligently towards providing this platform of Startup Network and the Battles and the Unicorn Cup to startups across the globe, and for helping accelerate their journey from a startup into an established business.
Well, thank you so much. It's been a pleasure, and hope we will meet next time, and I will be telling you how we did the second season with our vertical battles with the corporations.
That's right. The second season is scheduled for the end of the year. Hopefully, we'll have Anna back with us, and we'll talk more about the verticals, about the domain-specific startup battles that we'd be hosting soon. Thank you, Anna.
Thank
You
you.
have a good day. Bye.
You too. Bye bye.